Hello there, you wonderful people. Welcome back to the next lesson of Algebra 1. Yay! All right. So in this lesson, we are going to learn multiplication with rational exponents and division with rational exponents. If you haven't watched my previous video, I would recommend you that you watch the previous video. In our previous video, which was also our first video for Algebra 1, we did what are radicals, what are rational exponents. So I would say first watch the first video and then only start with the second video. Alrighty, let's begin. So let's say that we have a rational exponent. Let's say we have 16 raised to negative 2 over 3. And we have to multiply. So this is a power, right? This whole thing is power, where 16 is the base and negative 2 over 3 is the exponent. And we want to multiply it with another power, let's say 4 raised to negative 2 over 3. All right. Now, before we begin with multiplication of these powers, I want to write some properties. You may have done these properties in your grade 8 or in grade 7. These properties are really important and we are going to use these properties. So first is, if you have a power like this, a raised to c, which is multiplied with b raised to c. In this case, the exponents are same, right? C. Exponents are same, but the bases are different. So we do a times b, this whole thing raised to exponent c. That's property number 1. Property number 2. These are called properties of exponents. Property number 2 says, now bases will become same. See, now I'm going to take same base, a times a, but hold on, now exponent is going to be different. Bases are same, but the exponents are different. In this case, we apply multiplication property, which tells you that keep the base as it is and add the exponents. Okay, keep the base as it is and add the exponents. That's property number 2. It is also called multiplication property. Property number 3, and you must have guessed it by now, it is called division property. If you have the same bases, they're getting divided, but their exponents are different. Then we subtract the exponents, a raised to m minus n. Property number 4, that's very important. It's called negative exponent rule. If you have a base which is raised to a negative exponent, so this becomes 1 over a. You take the reciprocal of the base, or you're just flipping a, and the exponent turns positive. What if you have negative exponent in case of a fraction? Let's say you have a over b raised to negative exponent. So you will flip the fraction, a over b will become b over a, and the exponent will become positive. These 5 properties, and also last but not the least, you may also see this one. If you have a raised to 0, then that is equal to 1, no matter what is the value of a. Just a cannot be equal to 0. That case is not defined. Take any value of a and raise it to exponent 0, and the answer will always be 1. Okay, now coming back to this question of ours. So which property will be applied over here? Property number 1, because the exponents are same, negative 2 over 3, negative 2 over 3. So I'm going to combine the bases. So it becomes 16 times 4. Combine the bases. Combine the bases and then write negative 2 over 3. Now, what is 16 times 4? That's right, it's 64. Now 64 raised to negative 2 over 3. Now this is something that we have already covered in the first video. So what you'll do now, you'll make prime factorization of 64. So prime factorization of 64 will be 4 times 4 times 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. Now you say that 4 is not a prime number. That's absolutely correct. 4 is not a prime number. You can again break it. So let's break it. 4 can be broken down as 2 times 2, again 2 times 2, again 2 times 2, raised to negative 2 over 3. Now what do we do? We try to find out. Now since here we have to, do you see this is the cube root? Okay, if you remember, yeah, do you see this one? I'm going to apply this rule. A raised to m over n equals a raised to 1 over n whole raised to m. See, I'm going to apply this now. So I'm going to write it like this. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 raised to negative 1 over 3. No, just 1 over 3. And this whole thing raised to negative 2. Now this means that you want to find out the cube root. You need to find out what is 1/3 power of this thing, or you want to find out what is the cube root of this thing. So now what we do, I club these factors in groups of 3. See, take 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So can I write this group as 2 raised to 3? And this group as again 2 raised to 3, and this entire thing raised to 1 over 3, and this entire thing raised to negative 2. Okay, now see what happens. Now I'm going to apply this rule. This power 1 over 3 will come to this as well and this as well. So this will become 2 raised to 3 times 1 over 3 times 2 raised to 3 times 1 over 3. And this entire thing is raised to negative 2. Now this becomes 2 raised to 1 times 2 raised to 1. This entire thing raised to negative 2. So you get 2 raised to 1 is 2, 2 raised to 1 is 2. So you get 2 times 2, which is 4. 4 raised to negative 2, which is, now apply the negative exponent rule. So you get 1 over 4 raised to 2. And that is equal to 1 over 16. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your final answer. Now this is how you will multiply rational exponents. Now let's see how you can divide. Let's say you have b raised to 7 over 3 divided by b raised to 8 over 3. So I'm going to apply the division property now. Division property tells me that a raised to m divided by a raised to n equals a raised to m minus n. I'm going to apply this property here. So we get b raised to 7 over 3 minus 8 over 3. So that gives me b raised to negative 1 over 3. Now I'll apply the negative exponent rule. So I get 1 over b raised to 1 over 3. Simple, right? So this was about how you multiply and divide with rational exponents. I hope this concept is clear now. And thank you so much. We'll meet again with another topic of Algebra 1. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. See you.